Alright guys, welcome to Tuesday's workout of the day. Here's what we got today. Keep it consistent. The reason it's called keep it consistent is because that's exactly what I want you to do in the workout. You've got a long EMOM, 20 minutes. One of those rounds every 5 movements is rest. So you know you're going to have some rest. You could think of this as almost like Fight Gone Bad style, but the movements in it are kind of unique. So you've got double unders in the first minute. You're just going to do as many as you can. Stay consistent. So don't try to sprint your way out the start or anything like that. Always focusing on breathing, focusing on some sort of skill work when it comes to the double under. And then the next minute is going to be a handstand hold. Hold as much of the minute as you can. Remember to allow yourself transition times though. So you don't want to kick off the wall on the handstand push-up with 1 second left in the minute, because you're going to be a little disoriented trying to go right into the wall sit. Alright, so make sure that you give yourself about 10 to 15 seconds. Alright, but anyway, come out of that handstand hold. Be focused on the handstand hold on keeping your body straight. No arching in the lower back. No rounding in the lower back. There shouldn't be anything going on there. Only your feet should be touching the wall if you're using a wall. If you're practicing freestanding, try to spend as much time on your hands as possible. If you're struggling a lot, use the wall. You do a perpendicular handstand hold to kind of have your in-between freestanding and the wall stuff. But at any rate, make sure that you guys are doing what's appropriate volume for you. If you can't do a handstand hold, you could always do a pike hold. You could do your pike hold with your feet on the couch or something like that. And you could also just hold an object overhead that provides some sort of discomfort so that you are getting some sort of stimulus out of that, out of the stabilization of that. The third minute is going to be the wall sit. All right? The wall sit, we all know it very well, 90-degree angles for the hips and for the knees. And you just try to put your mind on anything but the pain. Then from there, we go into our last working minute, and that's going to be the 4th minute, and it's burpees. Burpees, as many as you can. I would be trying to ease into that intensity on that minute. So try not to think as soon as that minute hits, you're going to sprint the burpees. I would actually start slow and finish fast, because at the end of that minute is when that next minute hits, minute 5, which is going to be rest. Alright, so you'll be going 4 times through this EMOM. And the way it's kind of designed is to kind of hit this super heart rate thing, and then less heart rate but high stability. And then we go inversely, and that was for the upper body, so then we go inversely for the lower body. We start with stability on the lower body and then finish with kind of gassing it out with those burpees. Now it's still full body movements, don't get me wrong, but the burn is going to be felt like upper body than lower body in the way that you go through this EMOM. So again, that's everything for that. Then you guys have your warm-up. You've got 5 to 8 handstand kick-ups. Obviously, you choose your volume. I like them workout and warm-ups like that, where they have rep ranges. I like to increase it per round. So I start with the minimum, and then I just build on that, and I end with the max. But anyway, that's totally dependent on skill levels too, and how well you can kick up in the first place. So you got 5 to 8 handstand kick-ups, 100-foot high knees, so it's just running high knees. If you're doing it in place, about 20 seconds. And then you got 5 to 8 strict burpees, so slowing yourself down enough to show control in every section of the movement. I do a step back in the video, which is totally appropriate. Stop in the plank, do a real push-up, stop in the plank, step yourself back up to full standing position with good posture, and then you're ready to do another one. Alright, so that's the warm-up. The build phase today is going to be 3 sets of as many pike push-ups as possible. When you guys do pike push-ups, the goal is to move non-stop. If you need to take a break, then your set is terminated. It should be constant movement, no pausing at all. Just the only pause is like that slight pause that you cannot help but do when you're changing direction. Alright, so that's the build phase. You'll rest 2 minutes between each one of those sets. I fully anticipate your sets to get less and less every time rep-wise, but do your best to always be moving. As soon as you cannot physically continue to move, then you terminate the set and you rest. Alright? Then you do keep it consistent, then go into the cool down. Today's cool down is going to be 2 minutes of the couch stretch, 1 minute of the trap stretch, and 30 seconds of the anatomical posture. When you guys do this cool down, it is designed to counter everything in the workout, right? So you got the couch stretch. Why? Mainly because of the wall sit and the burpees. Alright? Those hip flexors are going to be a little bit on fire. Whether or not you're cognizant of it, that's happening. So in order to counter some of that, we get into this extended hip position. We're really trying to reach for some length for the hip flexors as well as the quads. Going forward from the couch stretch, you go to the trap stretch. We're on our hands a bunch. We did a bunch of pike push-ups. We've done burpees, so the top of your shoulders are pretty smoked, right? Especially those traps from trying to support your weight and basically your scapula and the rest of your body underneath that, right? So your scapula is basically taking the load of your whole body. So in order to counteract that, we do this trap stretch. What you see in the video is done like with absolutely no assistance. If you want to try to add something to it, you can grab onto like a dumbbell or some sort of weight in one arm, or even just the bottom of a table or something, but don't think into it too much. Basically, you just want to feel the stretch in your neck and in your traps. All right, so that's that trap stretch. You do a minute per side. Be gentle, don't force anything. The anatomical posture it literally looks like I'm standing there because I am. But what I'm doing is I'm looking for balance in the foot. I'm going up to the knee and making sure that my knees feel engaged and they don't just feel soft or locked out. And then I go upstream from there and I look at the hips. I make sure that my hips feel like they're in a neutral position, not in the extension, not in a posterior tilt, none of that. Then I go upstream to the ribs. Is my breath supporting my rib cage, or is my breath letting my rib cage collapse? Then I go into my shoulders. Are they pulled down and back? What I do with that anatomical position, since your hand is going to be facing forward, fingers towards the floor, is I gently pull my fingers towards the floor. On the opposite side, I'm gently pulling my head towards the ceiling, and I'm trying to make sure that my chin is drawn over my rib cage and not forward of my rib cage. All right, that's all done so that you can work on good posture, and you finish your day with posture in the workout, and the goal is to make that transfer into the rest of your life. So now you know what good posture feels like. Make sure you're checking in with yourself throughout the day to make sure that you're achieving good posture. You don't have to always hit anatomical position, but there's some themes that you could carry over to no matter what you're doing, including sitting, whatever it is. All right, that's going to be your workout for Tuesday, May 12th. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.